Hello everyone, welcome to the next part of Joseph's life. Are you ready to see what we can learn from him today?
If you remember, in last week's story, Joseph seems to have annoyed his brothers with everything he said and did. They got really angry and hated him and threw him into a deep pit. But God had a plan for Joseph, a plan to give him a second chance at being the great man he had dreamed of. The brothers didn't leave Joseph in the pit to die. They saw some Midianite traders passing by with their camels. Well, okay, we don't have any camels, so we had to use donkeys. And they pulled Joseph out and sold him to the Midianites, who took Joseph down to Egypt. In Egypt, Joseph was sold as a slave to Potiphar, the captain of Pharaoh's palace guard. I'm sure as a new slave in the household, Joseph would have started out doing very basic jobs like fetching and carrying and sweeping. But soon Potiphar saw that Joseph was hard-working and trustworthy, and that God was blessing everything that Joseph did. And so Potiphar put Joseph in charge of his whole house. Joseph's life has changed, and it seems to have got worse. He's no longer the favourite son. He's a slave in a foreign country.
But Joseph has changed too. He's now not the annoying telltale hated by his brothers. He's now a man that everyone can trust, and that is a good change. Joseph has changed because God is changing him. God loves Joseph and is working in his life, helping Joseph become a nicer person. Are there things about you that you wish were different? I don't mean how fat or thin you are, or what colour your hair is. I mean things like your temper. Do you get angry and struggle to control yourself? Or your selfish attitude? Do you always want your own way? Those kind of things are really hard to change. In fact, you can't do it by yourself. You need God's help. But with God helping you, you can be different. Because if you want to change and you ask God to help you, then He comes to live inside of you, and His power gives you the strength to be different.
One day, Pharaoh is going to recognize that Joseph is wise and kind and trustworthy enough to be put in charge of all Egypt.
But before that, Joseph is about to face a new challenge. Potiphar's wife. She wanted Joseph to do something that was wrong. Joseph said no. He told her that the thing she was asking him to do was wrong. It was a sin against God. Every day, Potiphar's wife kept asking, and every day Joseph said no. This is called temptation, when someone wants you to do something that is wrong, or when you want to do something that you know is wrong. Even something as simple as wanting to play on your phone when you know you should really be doing your homework. The right way to answer temptation is to say no, like Joseph did, to choose not to do the wrong thing. But to say no to temptation, you need God's strength. You need God living in you.
One day when Joseph went into the house, busy with his work, Potiphar's wife grabbed onto his coat and tried to make him do what she wanted. But Joseph ran away, leaving his coat in her hand. Potiphar's wife was cross and told lies to her husband and got Joseph into trouble. Potiphar was very angry and threw Joseph into prison.
Joseph was now a prisoner, which doesn't seem fair. But God was really pleased because Joseph had chosen to do what was right. Do you want to be different like Joseph? Do you want to have the strength to do what is right? The power to say no to temptation? Do you want God to change you? Then you need to ask God to come and live in you. You can do this by saying, Sorry to God for the wrong things you have done. Thank you to Jesus for dying on the cross for you. And please come and forgive me and live inside of me. Do that and God will be really pleased. And I will see you next time for another chapter in Joseph's story. Bye!